What up, what up? What's the B word, man? I'm Anthony Addison with another segment of What's the B word. Like and subscribe to the page. Hit me up on Instagram, What's the B word 52, just like you see on YouTube. Hit me up on Facebook, What's the B word, and hit me up on Twitter, B word 52. And y'all already know what's going on with me, baby. Baltimore Raven fan, Raven Nation stand up. Flock, let's get it. And if you're not a Raven fan, you might be a fan of whoever. You might be a fan of the Steelers. You might be a fan of the Colts, Bengals, or whoever. Hit the subscribe button anyway. Hit the like button anyway, because we talk football, period, baby. But anyway, the reason why we're here right now is to talk about the Ravens. Not shocking news at all. It was expected, especially after the extension of Chuck Clark. Even if we didn't extend Chuck Clark, we seen this coming already. Tony was kind of declining already in play, and then him getting injured and being older just doesn't hurt. Tony Jefferson, our safety, is no longer our safety. We have released him today. And like I said, that's pretty. We expected it. That was coming. Tony Jefferson was always a liability as far as in coverage. He wasn't the best coverage guy, but he was a pretty good hitter, and he'll come down there and lay that wood and make tackles and stuff like that. And really, if you look at the beginning of the season before he got hurt, he wasn't even doing that good this year. He was declining pretty good this year, man. But at the same time, salute to Tony J. He had some good moments with us, and he had some bad moments with us. But hey, man, he laid it all out on the line for us, man. And one thing I can appreciate the most about Tony J is you could tell that he was just a real veteran, and he a real teammate. As far as like how he does stuff with his teams when you see videos and stuff like that and that nature, man. So we're going to miss Tony J. I'm going to miss Tony J. I can't speak for all Raven fans because some Raven fans can't stand Tony J. But I'm going to miss him. I had people kind of commenting saying that they think that they should move him into the Anthony Levine role and try that out and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. I would rather just keep Levine at the role that Levine is in. Because the simple fact is Tony was declining already, and now he's battling an uphill challenge as far as, you know what I'm saying, getting back healthy, man. So I wouldn't like that idea, man. But anyway, I hope nothing but the best for Tony J. Hope he be able to get back healthy and get back on that field, man, and show up and just be Tony J that we know. So deuces to Tony J, man. I hate to see you go, but it's business. Baltimore has saved $7 million in the cap space behind that cap casualty, and it is what it is, man. One more thing before I go, and I just want to talk about it, is I seen that Eric Weddle wants to retire a Raven, and some Raven fans not feeling it. Some Raven fans are feeling it, but it's an honor. To me, it's an honor for a guy like Eric Weddle, who's been with another team for so doggone long, for him to be in Baltimore for like those 3 years, and our organization did so much and put so much of an impact on him that he would rather retire a Raven, man. I mean, that just shows, like, y'all not understanding that stuff like that, that's going to stand out to other players in the league, man. That's going to make Baltimore even more of a place that's targeted by other players and stuff like that when they become free agents, because they're going to look at the Eric Weddle situation and be like, man, Eric was in San Diego for a long time, but he was in Baltimore for just 3 years and he want to retire a Raven. Just think about it, man. That's going to help us a lot in the long run. Another thing I want to mention, hopefully the Eric Weddle, I've been seeing a lot of people talk about that, but hopefully Eric Weddle comes back to Baltimore to coach. Because man, the dude, his film work and his knowledge of just football, period, is just like, it's one of a kind, man. It's not too many guys to have the type of knowledge that Eric Weddle has. So if he wants to come back to Baltimore to coach and stuff like that, man, that's perfect. I would love it. How could you say no to a guy like Eric Weddle as far as like coaching your team, a position on your team and stuff like that? Because he's just so smart game wise, man. I'm talking about he be on point. Like, he still had it mentally. He's just his body. You'll never beat Father Time. So that's why it was time for Eric Weddle to retire, and that's part of the reason why we released Eric Weddle last year. So anyway, man, that's all I got for y'all tonight, man. Tony J no longer a Baltimore Raven. Eric Weddle wants to retire and be, a Raven for the rest of his life. And I'm cool with it. Anyway, y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe to the page. Y'all hit me up on Instagram, what's the B word 52, Facebook, what's the B word, and Twitter, B word 52, man. I'm Anthony Addison, man. Subscribers, I love y'all. Flock, I love y'all, man. And I'll see y'all next time.